Don't do it to me, Bulldog.
I'd almost written it down already.
Oh, no, don't do it to me, Bulldog.
He's going to lock it in. There we go. That's a big grin on his face as well. I think he could sense the groans from literally everyone watching him pick the victor. Let's hop onto the rip, ladies and gentlemen, and get into game one.
And dodging these cues, you know, this is the kind of thing that Bulldog is famous for. Now hasn't led to wins because he hasn't been able to find much outside of the lane.
Yeah, and that is important. However, we'll have to see, because Victor, as we used to talk about, has a lot of DPS in the later stages of the game, but it just hasn't been something that we've been able to talk about because he hasn't been able to have the space to make it work. As yeah, we got 8 losses in a row for the Syndra.
Notice the players, though, 2 of them being BDD.
Yeah.
But a lot of the weaker teams here in the LCK are on this list. Fiesta playing it 3 times.
A little bit cute.
Got scared for a second.
Indeed.
But
taking that Rift Scuttler, he'll be fine, and the Maokai going to move away. So, you are free to go about your point. Whoops.
Yeah, it's not much longer, I promise, guys.
That's totally fine. Arctic Assault there as we're going to get a Bramble Smash to follow it up. Twisted Advance, Young J going to have to flash. Gets himself out of the way. Cuz going to clean up the popcorn chicken. Love that. Doesn't leave it on the floor. And now I think you'll be able to take the lead. Yeah, Young J going to be starting off this Drake as Dudu. Let's see how he's going to be able to do it. He just dies. So we hold on to the ult from Cuz as well. And Keen's going to invest the flash to make sure that the gank is successful. So, the Renekton off to a great start. Let's get shielded up by the Whimsy, and Cuz just not quite fast enough. He's on a steed and everything, but it's not quite going to work out.
I like that, the steed.
Yeah, maybe it is a boar, so less, it's a lot more beefy and a lot more powerful, but maybe a bit slower.
Well, this is going to turn around at least the story of the plate gold a little bit for the bottom duo here of KT Rolster. They're going to get this crash through of the Herald as the game goes on as Keen.
All right, we're going for an ult. We're bringing the Crocodile away. Dominance going to be popped here as in goes Young J, flashing forward, and Dudu gets his revenge. Everything has been equalized. Young J looking for Drake number 2. But BDD is making his way over. He's got a cat. As here is the Nature's Grasp aiming. Does have the spell shield to stop that one, but it is going to be secured. It's in fact Jun that locks that one down. As now the final chapter is going to get decent snares. Taeyoon going down exceptionally low, aiming with the ricochets, tearing them apart, but he's not able to lock down the kills. Taeyoon going to have to get out of there, and finally the kill will come in. BDD collects that one as Dudu's over the wall. Keen looks to stun him up, gets out of the way of the final Q now, and Koldemeek should be available if he decides to dive. There it is, and that is the solo kill for Keen. A little bit of an overreach there for Dudu.
And then on the top side, Keen actually starts this off. Dudu thinks he can force this. Ults him through the wall, and then he dodges the Q3. Good flash. Watch this dodge.
And full fury on the Koldemeek there as well. And I think this is the point where you're like, but he'll probably have that one back.
And this is when it gets really egregious, unfortunately. Yeah. Where you actually chase further. Ugh.
Yeah. See how this one's going to go. Arctic Assault onto Jun. He's going to wild growth himself, but doesn't get a lot of value out of it. As Dudu tries to move Shirley out of the way. Oh, here's the final chapter. Starting to stack up this CC, but Quantum Freaks, they've got so many more members in the area, and Dudu is going to really tell me to shut up, Wolf. That's what he's doing. Able to set up that fight.
This is one of those first few fights where you could see with a numbers advantage here, and even without wild growth, the team.
All right, in they go. There's a Twisted Advance to start it up. Nature's Grasp coming through. Cuz pretty tanky though, and isn't exactly the priority target. Final chapter to try and defend the Sejuani, who does make it out of the Chaos Storm for now. Great stun onto Dudu, but the wild growth is going to be there. And Taeyoon, you cannot stand in front of BDD. He will hit you with a whole bunch of abilities and still has the R button left available. There's the exhaust, the flash forward, and the answer with the ultimate from Taeyoon. They managed to rip Keen apart. Just an overstep. The rest of the team were not on the same page.
Definitely not on the same page. BDD could have followed up if he was looking.
Oh my goodness, that scatter was massive, and now Taeyoon's taking damage, but aiming goes down low as well. They are just setting up the phalanx, man. It's Kwandong Freaks, the spot.
Yeah.
They have the final chapter, but it gets basically zero value. Young Jay's going to lock down Soul Point, and Kwandong Freaks, can you make it out? Another scatter is fantastic, but Is anyone gonna die?
Bulldog doing
what's
so much
happening?
damage to Keen in the front line. He just can't chase. He cannot chase, and the heist is a success. Kwangdong Freaks realize aiming is on the left side of the pit, and are like, okay, we can actually push this through. We can take the Drake, and by the time aiming gets here, yes, he's going to be full health, but we'll have done enough damage to the front line that he actually won't be able to walk up. They take the Drake, they take a turret. The win con so well, team.
Well, that's a final chapter. Cuz making his way over. Glacial Prison available, but not used right now, as Keen's going to create a doorway, and Dudu has his ultimate available. This Chaos Storm doing a whole lot of work as aiming, getting the auto attacks. Finally, we see the Syndra do an ultimate, but it's exactly what we were talking about. Taeyun can now pop off, and aiming's going to go down for the triple. Cuz maybe giving a quadra. There it is with the extendo beam. Kwangdong Freaks, they'll go over to the Baron. Well, I hope they at least try to stop this Elder from going down, because watching the enemy team take it will lose you the game. That's Exodia right there. Decent scatter is going to come through as now Dudu taking control of Cuz. He's very tanky, but Bulldog is keeping everybody else locked down. And yeah, Cuz is there to be tanky, but it just does not work out. And now Dudu can do what he wants. He finds the Q. The final chapter comes down, and this could be a Penta. We've got a Quadra already, and there it is! Pentakill for Taeyun as they run down the mid lane and pick up game 1 versus KT.
Second win of the season here, game-wise for Kwangdong Freaks. A one-sided affair. Amazing mid-game team fighting, and BDD just could not find his targets.
Extraordinarily strong AoE CC available as well.
This is a game that Victor makes sense in. This is a draft where Victor makes sense in the comp. I know everyone's got their conclusion about whether Victor is terrible or not, but Bulldog played it well in a draft that scales against a comp that doesn't snowball well, so he doesn't get punished. There's no Aurelia in this game to chase him down, and he had so much free reign. So many options.
Yeah.
They already know what they're playing.
Oh, he's doing
Tristana, yes!
Okay.
Weirdly enough, one of the best laners right now in terms of early game and pushing advantages. Like, in a few years, he could be Chovy, right? If he continues to grow very quickly. And you've given Bulldog the opportunity to say, what's your answer to Kassadin to actually lane early when Kassadin is at its weakest? And he says, I'm going to all in with Tristana. We're going to win the game early. Got Wukong to help me out.
Very interested to see whether the Trist debut is going to work here as we jump onto the Rift for game 2. And he can do it, because look at this, like BDD taking so much damage.
Perma Pro.
Explosive charge, yeah.
He might all in him here in a second if BDD does not respect. He has not used his dematerializers yet. He just has to back off.
How many plates does Bulldog get without Rift Herald in this game?
I'd say at
3.
least 2.
Well, BDD is in a lot of trouble. Cuz is moving on in, but the flash does come out. There's the rocket jump, and he gets Goomba stomped! It's not Bulldog, it's Mario!
Yeah, he just doesn't respect it, Atlas. I was like, does he all in? If BDD doesn't respect it, BDD says, I'm not going to respect it. He all ins. Guess what? Tristana can go over that wall without a flash. So
yeah.
You were never safe. You just wasted your flash. Tristana follows. She's got flash for a follow-up all in where you can't flash.
You said flash a lot of times, Wolf, and all I saw was a dead BDD and a great start for this Tristana in the mid lane. Like, why not just ban Tristana? She seems way better as Lehens is going to come on over. There's the interruption as Bulldog may have to flash this time. He does so, but Permafrost is built up and BDD will get some revenge. So maybe that's why the Tristana isn't picked up, because 3 versus 1, she's just not good enough.
Yeah, and this is unfortunately, I think, a little bit on Youngjae here. Not actually there to help out his teammate. He's down here to see if he can make something happen.
He certainly is. Piercing Arrow going to come through there. I believe W empowered.
Was hoping he'd get out there. Really nice play from Lehens, though, with the roam.
There's that third play as Bulldog once again, rocket jump, gets himself to safety as Cuz. Arctic Assault onto Taeyun, gets his flash actually, as that's a lot of damage onto the Piggy. Throws out an ultimate just in solidarity. I like that, you know, gentleman's agreement. It's like, well, you threw yours, I'll throw mine. Well, technically Wukong as well, as Jun's flashing. KT looking for opportunities, and this is what the space was talking about, right? KT not really finding any avenues into this game, into the last game, and then sort of gave up even trying to look for it. And we can't see that happen from KT again, as Bulldog's going in. He's looking for Lehens right now, just ignoring BDD because he can. Buster shot was weird, but that was because of the heal.
Well, that's a whole turret.
Meaning that the calculation wasn't going to work. And yeah, Rift Herald's going to go down. So my estimation of 3 plates was actually 5. So,
well, I think
shame on me, I guess.
Well, I mean, I think you were still correct in how we got him in the early game, right?
Oh, that's true. Unassisted. Is Young Jay gonna have to worry? Trickster gets himself over as Cuz is flashing. There's the flash, but he still gets hit. Oh, the heal's too good though, and now Young Jay's gonna get the double knockups. Bulldog is looking for even more. The resets are coming in, and Lehens doesn't have heal this time. Press the attack is stacked, and now Aiming is gonna try and answer this. Bulldog's pretty strong though, so he's gonna have to run. Not enough ricochets here, as now he might be able to close in. Not sure about that one there, Bulldog. And so it was just a little bit of Bulldog expecting that he wasn't going to be able to make it out. As now Lehens going to take the Heimerdinger for a walk, but oh my goodness, the Sejuani's dead. Extraordinarily quickly.
And we have to ask the question, we came out of a replay, but why is KT fighting?
Oh, it's another fight against a Cassante near a turret. Dudu presses Counter-Strike and sidesteps the Q pretty nicely as these minions are frustrating. What's this turnaround, Dudu? Leap Strike, is it going to be back up in time is the question. And the answer is no, we're just going to hit the turret. We'll get another plate. Crockery is the goal, and I respect it.
Lehens coming up here to try to punish, though.
Okay, taking Jax for a walk this time around is Aiming, throws out the boomerang, and oh, Counter-Strike yet again. This time it's not going to last long enough as Bulldog's looking for another turret. So.
But it's going to be a while before he comes online here in this game, even with the kill he picked up earlier on.
All right, Bulldog is looking for another target. The charge is going to go off, but not exactly fully stacked or anything like that, so Sante going to do that. Well, now Young Jay's making his way in, and KT with 4 members, they can't dive Dudu again because he has one friend. And maybe they'll turn it around because Bulldog's teleported in. He's finding free autos now, and he's shooting so fast with the rapid fire cannon. Enforced alcove gaming here for KT as Cuz is just limping away from this fight. BDD is going to die as an afterthought as the reset comes through. Bulldog grabs the pickup. He's going to let his team take care of the rest of it as he's just jumping a billion times. God, I love this player. Quandong Freaks is so good. Here in the LCK, really felt like they did great things for DRX, and we've been saying this a lot as well. But his timing for the tweet, which was just before this series, I don't think could have been any better.
Nope.
So definitely deserved shout out. As Inhibitor goes down in the mid lane, and the top lane should follow as well. Like, this is an absolute shellacking, and it's not even just KT messed up and they didn't
they messed up the draft
the thing right, but they messed up the draft. They went straight into whatever Quandong Freaks wanted to do, but Quandong Freaks also had an amazing idea. They had this guy in the mid lane willing to make this Tristana look completely busted in this matchup as the explosive charge is continuing to just destroy these turrets. Kane getting a decent knockback, but I mean, at this point, I think the minions are going to be too strong. Young Jay fighting against Keen, and the turrets are just falling. Taeyeon getting these autos down right into the back line goes Young Jay, but the Nexus is dead, and it's a 2-0 for Quandong Freaks. 20.7k damage, over double that of what BDD was able to put out, and just an extraordinary performance and demonstration of why blind picking Kassadin is a rather rough what Keen's about though, and it's going to be very difficult for Morgan in the early stages of this game to face off against him. Definitely a win condition now in the early game for KT there towards the top side. But bro, I just love what they fashioned here. To that mid to late game unscathed. That's going to be the question as we jump onto the rift for game 1. I feel like he's a coach that does his homework. Edgar, he doesn't try to rush anything. As Henner is ghosting, Aiming's healing. But I don't know whether it's going to be enough, because this ghost is lasting, you know? The bopping and the blocking's coming through.
Lethal Tempo Varus, by the way, here for Henna. So definitely looking for a little bit more damage later on, and is going to be hoping he's going to be able to tango with this area a little bit more. In terms of BDD finally gets control of this lane. Now he's vulnerable.
Yeah, he's going to come on over, finds the Q in Spider form first, holds the cocoon, then throws it to Narnia, and he will skitter away.
Yeah. The gravity field there from Karis, nice attempt, but he's rooted, and perhaps that was a flash predictive cocoon. Either way, BDD definitely didn't need to with the root that came down onto Karis there. It's actually totally fine. This ends up being pretty nice for him, in fact, trading up.
Yep.
So the amount of effort spent to actually steal the blue buff away from Cuz much harder than him getting it back, as meanwhile...
Yep, BDD is going to get gravity fielded, as he is in turret range just barely. as Karis is able to get himself out of there. Man!
Karis missing some CS there, but could actually join in here, and they know this. So Breon here just going to control the choke point, try to get some more turrets set up. The longer fight always goes to Breon at this stage of the game because the Varus Qs hurt so much through a choke point. You have those turrets set up. And even with Umpty forced to flash there and he's pushed away, he has Repel. He was never in any real danger. Losing the flash does hurt, but once that expires...
Yeah, there's the acceleration. The Gnar goes completely wide as Keen goes aggressive. There's the flash forward. Will he be able to flash over the wall? The answer is yes. The Realm Warp now going to come through as Morgan. Yeah, not a whole lot of options. And it's in fact Keen that picks up the kill in the end.
Now, Wukong is down here with 6-2, so I don't think that Breon can actually make a cross-map dive happen, as Cuz should be able to deny this, and now with teleport available for BDD, should be able to defend this plate. So KT with a really nice macro response. In fact, lose Herald.
Karis clearing out waves in mid and aiming. All right, he's going to get shot. Umpty's making his way down. Final chapter comes in. It's a lot of damage, but aiming's still going to have to get out of there. I liked Lehenz's idea, though, fighting fire with fire.
That was really clean from Lehenz and aiming there.
Pretty good. As Kane takes 2 turret shots and some hyper procs.
Not
and
sure about this one. There's no blast cone, remember?
Yeah, will Morgan find himself a boomerang? The answer's no, he's just going to walk it off. Never mind, there's a flash forward though. Oh! Lehenz is punished instantly! Another dragon goes to BRO! Don't have a look at the soul if you're a BRO fan. It's not exactly the greatest of news, but now BDD's in trouble.
5 minutes time. Like when we get to that first Baron fight, it's
all right. Keen just going to get booped into the wall, and Morgan's going to say that that's enough.
Umpty's here.
Well, yeah, maybe it isn't enough. As Umpty's going to just repel right on top of him. Keen is just going to explode. Pop goes to Jace. It's now Cuz looking to return the favor. That's a great rune prison. Gravity field not getting enough done. Flash forward from Cuz, and Karis just walks it off. But the turret is going to be enough to kill the monkey. All right. Kind of represented, but KT has a bit of poke themselves, so I think they should win out on this one. BRO going to realize that. They'll start off this dragon. KT very slow to respond as they move in. There's a Realm Warp. Don't know about that as Cuz gets out of it. It is interrupted there as Morgan is keeping them all out of this pit. And that is going to be Chemtech Soul picked up by BRO. Morgan's still looking for more here as Cuz takes a house to the head, but he'll be all right. Sorry, a clock. I guess he could probably live in it.
Even though there's no death, so they're actually feeling pretty comfortable to go over here and start Baron. Ward cleared a little bit late here, but I think KT definitely know what's going on. The question is, can they stop it here?
It's going down so fast, Leon. Victor, man, does so much work. Plus, this auto-attack Varus is just gone.
And Cuz had to base because he took too much damage. So even though he has Flash and he's Wukong...
Here for Karis, he's gone full damage. I love it. As Morgan... heading towards his Mega Gnar.
where are you at?
Pick out onto BDD. The chain CC's gorgeous as well. Does manage to get the flash, but Henna's still going to finish him off. Final chapter is going to come in, but BRO, they ain't reading that. They don't care about your final chapter. They care about this dragon.
They've lost a little bit of their health bars here, but because they have this Victor, they're very happy to just turn around and say, fight me, I dare you. At this point in time, they still have a Gnar. And he could build up a bar, and like he's pushing in the side lane right now. He's like, KT can't contest this, right?
Well,
they'd be crazy to try.
Still alive. Can he return the favor? Although it was Willa that stole his away, but it was against an Elise. As now KT looking for that opportunity. This is 100% a turn. BRO, they have to turn, and I guarantee that they will. As Karis frontlining here, he's huge.
Morgan
on
preps,
this Victor.
He preps his Narbar to 3/4.
Oh, that is a fantastic shock blast from Keen. It's just, if it's actually going to mean anything, is it going to be enough?
Morgan could flash ult.
He's going to look for a wallop here. Keen's just going to get taken down, though. There's the Cyclone. Cuz gets towards the Drake, and they turn. They do it. Umpty is now in there as the Zeri's starting to pop off, but he gets walloped. Lehenz pops out as well as BDD. He's back into the fight. It was all a bait the entire time. As Umpty and Morgan are going to back away, and this is what happens when you're slow. You get a pick, but they respawn. Oh, God. KT going to roll over BRO. They'll take an Elder. Yeah. As he could possibly come in and try and go for a steal.
Karis can TP, so he has the advantage here in terms of rotation.
Yeah, Morgan not going to make it over the wall. Oh no, he's going to flash. As there's the final chapter, Morgan just pushes them away, tries to get them out of the pick. Cuz gets in there, Karis, he locks down the Elder. BRO, they have the big buff, but the big damage belongs to Keen. And KT say we need no dragon. If you're in the death chamber, you still lose. And they'll march it down the lane that's open, and they'll take some Nexus turrets, and we have another one of these games, Wolf, coming up after the break.
Yep, well, I'm just going to write the Keen vote down now and watch the Nexus explode.
Very close fight. Much closer than it needed to have been. KT trying to split push. Karas has the TP. He steals the Baron. It doesn't matter in the end because he dies subsequently. And if you're whole focused on the Elder, then the enemy team does more damage to you. You lose it. Look at Karas, 10k ahead. 10k ahead in damage. Doesn't matter. Keen?
Yeah, Keen is like 21k ahead. Yeah, okay, so now what does Umpty play? Is Vi is just going to be locked in, okay.
Vi, not a lot of synergy with Kassadin, and not that great with the Cassante either in terms of setting up team fights, but can be very annoying to deal with as Ezreal. And you could also just ult the Camille instantly in a team fight, try to blow her up when she's trying to flank.
Let's jump onto the rift and see what happens here for game 2.
They should know that this is a possibility because he's missing in lane of the back timing.
Okay, in goes Lehens. That is a scary gank as Umpty is going to get Brambly smashed back, and he will be taken down. That is first blood going over to the Maokai. EDG? Lehens, what?
This was just a really nice timing here for Lehens while he's like, that's Lehens. That's me, that's right.
Yeah.
Hopeful.
Difference Maker does have Ghost available as well, as Umpty's going to come on over, pick this one up. Lehens taking a bit of damage, but dishes a lot out himself as Karas is very low. Cuz just going to leave this one, I think, as True Shot Barrage flies forward. Now they're going to go in. Keen flashing, gets over the wall. Karas in a lot of trouble. The arrow is going to land onto Lehens, but the Kassadin's already gone down. The Heimerdinger is also dead, and Cuz is going to flash. He gets himself out. And Morgan needs to run away as this Cassante. Not going to be able to get anything done. There's the hook shot. And my god, KT, what an amazing fight around that Herald.
Super clean, and they have the better win conditions here. They can also, by the way, do a ton of damage with aiming when Brionne are holding Herald aggro there.
All right, well, Nature's Grasp going to come
They're just going to try to force another turret down. This is a great usage of the ultimate. They grab a charge here. I don't think they can get the whole turret.
Well, here it is. As in goes Umpty, there's cease and desist. Let's see whether BDD will survive. Let's see whether he can turn this around for a kill. As the Kassadin gets out of the way, Umpty now just fighting BDD, who moves to the side, gets another stun. What the heck was that? That was so sick. 1 for 1 in the end. You take those as BDD.
Yeah, you certainly will. Almost takes... Ooh. Almost takes Karas out. Aiming did with the True Shot Barrage, just a little bit off the aim there.
Oh, Lehens. Oh dear, getting taken for a walk as Aiming finds the Mystic Shot.
God, Aiming, man, this game, he and Lehens are just taking over, and BDD has an amazing play there in mid, survived so long, doesn't even have a shield bow, he's just going to live through it.
That one kill onto BDD is actually the only thing so far that has prevented a perfect game.
And he's gotten this Muramana done so fast, he's like not even hit 300 on his tier stacks just yet.
Yeah,
I just need to hit more skill shots. I've been hitting a lot.
All right, Morgan is really dead. The Cassante, not enough dashes as it turns out. And
this game is a wash.
How is Henna so far behind? He has nothing at 14 minutes.
He's 20 CS behind. And do a ton of damage to mid. I mean, will Umpty be found? Yes.
He is, going to take this one. And there is the Hextech Ultimatum. Effort, can you change this? Can you stop this? Cease and desist comes through. There's the flash over the wall. Keen does not really care. BDD looks for the ulti, doesn't get it onto Effort, but closes the distance. Lehens going to snare him up, and that is going to be enough to get that kill for BDD. KT, where have you been? Like, it's every second series, Wolf? Is that how it works?
Yeah, I
guess
guess so. I guess so. I mean, that's the rule. I don't know if you're gonna get that answer. Here comes a Maokai ult.
Yep, that is Nature's Grasp. True Shot Barrage lands onto 2, picks the gap beautifully there, does Aiming, gets over the wall, and that is so much. Umpty out of the fight already. BDD's just gonna tidy this one up. So comfortable. Morgan fighting against Cuz, but Aiming just wants to find someone to shoot. He will find Morgan. Bramble Smash a little bit frustrating as Morgan is looking to pull Cuz around and does get back to his turret. He's just some Cassante things. There's a Bramble Smash and there is a kill for the Ezreal. Base is broken. KT pre-20 minutes. Henna, he's hit by a football. And there it is, Nature's Grasp to come in yet again. More choke points, more control for KT. Arrow will connect as they engage onto Cuz. Effort and Henna almost just die for it though, and Cuz is tanking so much over the wall, aiming, trying to create distance. It's Cassante is already taken down. It's the second kill for Bro. You're happy about that, but I think it might also be the end of the game, and you're not so happy about that. Effort's gonna waddle back home, but this inhibitor is not long for the world.
Cloud Rift also just,
Oh.
That was actually not Cloud Rift. That was a speed up from Shirelius. I was like, how did they chase that fast? It's Shirelius proc there.
Amy and Keen definitely very, very big. As Keen's just going to put Umpty in the Death Chamber, which is another name for his Hex Deck Ultimatum. Karis, Rift walking around, but he's just not allowed to be a Cassid in this game. True Shot Barrage going to come down, and Keen just flashes over the wall. This game is well and truly over. This
is not about the blind Kassadin.
No.
It's just about great teamwork around it, right? Yone here used so well to give so many advantages here to KT. Don't blind Kassadin to this team.
It's everything. Every single lane for KT obliterated. Obliterated.
But he's dead already.
Oh no! It's a tragedy for KT in the end. We knew it. The Nexus is going to go down from one of the longest, slowest games to the fastest game we've had and the most one-sided. The dichotomy of KT continues. I gave it to aiming at first, and then I pulled it back before they took it, and I switched it to the head.
Oh, okay, good. The world will never know except the production will never know I first voted for aiming.
I was gonna say the world all knows now.
The official vote is the Lehens vote.
Yeah, I mean, Keen's a good vote, Cuz is a good vote, Amy's a decent vote.
Should be a split
Lehens
vote.
is the right vote.